allotments came from a number of meetings which were held on the Woodchurch estate, and people were saying that they wanted allotments, etc. And I went round the estate and found this nice little space just across the road. Nice gates on it, just the right size to make a community allotment. And that's not an allotment like a council allotment where everybody has their own beds and everybody has to look after their own beds. It's one where all the beds are made, we all design it as a group, we all look after it as a group. So there won't be one person who, if you say go away for 4 weeks, the whole thing won't be overgrown because you haven't got your own little bit. Unless, in the end, you all decide that you own your own little bit, but that's not the idea behind it at the minute. Come the end of the course, when it's all built, the gates are going to stay locked, and everybody who's going to be on the allotment, well, I won't say committee, but the allotment group, you'll all have your own key to go in and out. And we're going to do things like a bit later on, suggest that you have a word with David. I've already had a word with him, by the way. David at the Methodist Centre, and you can come over here, maybe have a little meeting and what have you, a cup of tea, and go over there and make it more like a social thing. But it's going to be your allotment, it's going to be mine, or this lady who I'll introduce you to in a second. It's going to be yours, so you're going to be using it, so you're going to be designing it, so whatever you want in it, within reason, you can have it in there. Right, what I want to do now, okay, just for a minute, I want to go over to the allotment area.
It's a great pleasure to do this formal stage to mark all the work that you put in, to wish everyone who plants here the greatest success and fun and enjoyment, lovely exercise and lovely produce. Best wishes. Here we go. There it goes. Hooray!
Lovely, and then you can look. Oh, that's open.
Where do you want the washing machine to go?
I always wanted an allotment as well, but it's a lot of hard work, isn't it? So this is going to be good for people that perhaps can't do it on their own, even if they didn't know, even if they weren't in ill health. Young and retired people, and people that don't know how to grow stuff but want to.
The funding was acquired by Lifelong Family Learning Services in conjunction with Rural LA21 Network, which is a local environmental charity. And the idea is to be an educational course which then carries on to the community taking the garden over as a community allotment. They're going to be running it totally themselves so that they then get the experience of growing vegetables and fruit, etc. But there's a social element as well. And the Methodist Centre on Pemberton Road has very kindly said that they can run their meetings there, etc. So this is a good course and all over really.
No, that's what I don't want it to do. Slip down the side if you can.
had approximately 17 people working on the project off and on. Some people just wanted to know a little bit about designing the garden. Other people wanted to know how to build and get involved in planting plants purely for their own knowledge so that they can transfer it over to their garden.
No, that's it.
We're putting the shed up, which has got about 3,000 screws, and it looks like that. Nice. Hopefully, anyway.
There's going to be a nice pergola and patio area where there's going to be seats, etc., with herbs and lavender, rosemary, that type of thing. So nicely scented as well. There's going to be some shorter beds that are going to be planted up with flowers and things so that children as well can actually do a bit of digging if they want to get involved. So if people want to bring their children along, or if they want to bring their grandchildren, it's going to be something for them as well.
Oh, that's on inside down that way.
On end like that.
Like a mechanic.
401.2.
So grown and you can have strawberries every night, can't you? Without thinking of the cost. So I'm looking forward to it all. It's a lot of hard work, but well worth it. I'll get some mussels.
Don't mind that necessary. We'll try and cut it off.
That's right, I set it up a few years ago as a voluntary group of people who could act as community liaison and help with inquiries about tree care, planting, just as a bridge really between the community and the various powers that be that look after trees in the area.
So what sort of trees are you having planted here?
Well, we've got a mini orchard planted now. We've got apples, cherries, pears, plums, damsons. Should look absolutely sensational in spring when they start to flower. And I think we're getting watered in at this minute. The rain's starting. But it's National Tree Week actually, when these have been planted, so that's something to remember for the future.
And you've got a willow arch.
Yes, that's going up this afternoon, I believe. Yes, so they change as they grow. They're a fantastic feature to have on the site. And the kids love them. So they can run through them. It's nice for photographs as well. So there's all sorts of things going to happen. But the tree warders are all volunteers, and they do all sorts of things. They give talks. We've got a display in Wirral Country Park at the moment actually with leaflets and information about how to join. And anybody who's willing, they don't have to be able to dig holes even. They can just go out and talk about trees and get people interested and encourage people to look after what we've got and plant more for the future.
It's a lifelong family learning service.
And where's that
It's
based?
based in Leeson.
Based in Leeson.
Yeah. So that's it. And we've also got another course running of a Monday evening in the Methodist Centre, which is a 10-week theory course. They're doing a bit of practical, but there's one now, well, it's just finishing, I think, next Monday. Then there's another 10 weeks after. I've had 17 people on this bit, and the one of a Monday night, I think they've got about 12 or 13 people. People don't like doing the theory, they like to get straight in the practical, but which is okay. But if you just do all practical, then if you come across a problem, you can't work around it. So the theory is always very important. So I think it's a much underrated profession, to be honest. To go with doing everything, even if they only do one, but that's it, yeah. Yes, you know, we've got Paul, who's like 19, and we've got Marge, I suppose, and there's Bill. I think Bill's about, I don't know how old Bill is, you'll have to ask him, but I think Bill and Marge might be our eldest. I'm looking around our
Going to be allotments, but it's not going to be owned by anyone. It's for everyone to use. So say we do it, just because you're doing one allotment doesn't mean to say you own it. It's going to be a group thing. So it's all about everyone sharing really. Because you could get someone gets an allotment saying, you're not touching that, that's mine. But the idea is it's to share. So hopefully it'll turn out that way.
This is a herb garden in the middle. You've got chives there and basil there. In the corner here we have the wildlife garden, and this natural features would have been used, just which birds will love and take bits of the twigs for making nests and things like that. Here is rhubarb, which the grounds were planted, and it's coming along nicely, which next year will yield some fruit. And then here is the fruit trees, which are well in leaf now and doing well, which will be later on the year before we see some fruit off that in the autumn. In here now they've been worked very hard with, they're digging it all up, and then we have some tomato plants here at the side that are coming on nicely. These ones to the right of me are in pots, and it's been suggested that peppers be put in here. We tend to put some of the seeds are still in here, the plants ready to go in, and late potatoes.
We decided to put a name, so we went home and thought about it, and we thought, I know, we'll call them street names on where we live on WOODCHURCH Estate. So each bed has got a different name of the streets we live in. So we know like potatoes are in such and such a bed and so on. So we can understand. Say someone comes along and plants something and we don't know, and we go and rip it all up and plant something else we know now. So for example at Bridge Farm, which is here, is the strawberries. So we just write on the board that the strawberries, work's being done on Bridge Farm, so we know that the work's being done.
Heavy clearing and everything, you know, that's what I find difficult, you know. These sort of beds are a lot easier to maintain, the raised beds. But I think it's designed so it will be low maintenance. But you know, you've got to plant seeds and get them planted, and there'll be weeding in between, which takes a bit of time. But so it's coming along nicely, and it's transformed it actually.
Yeah, she's so proud. Can't wait to get out. Show them the darling.